There are things that you are not supposed to see or live, and unfortunately, it stays with you no matter how old you get.
Post-traumatic stress disorder is suffered by millions of people around the world. It is brought on when a traumatic event takes place in a person's life. The events include, but are not limited to, abuse, witnessing a suicide, a terrorist attack, and experiencing war. PTSD is very common in people who have served in the military and civilians who have witnessed war in their countries. John Leone is a therapist in Fargo who works at the Village Family Treatment Center and frequently works with victims of trauma.
When we talk about causes of PTSD, they're typically we're talking about either big T trauma or little T trauma. And typically, big T trauma are things like war experiences, sexual abuse, being a victim of a crime. One of the criteria for a diagnosis of PTSD is that you've experienced a life-threatening situation or a situation where you believed your life or the life of someone else was at immediate risk.
These are medals. National Defense, Vietnam Service, Vietnam Campaign. This is a 20 millimeter cannon shell. This is what the aircraft had, 2 cannons either side of the fuselage. And this is what they fired. I think Mary might have taken this. This is probably in Florida.
Denny served in the Vietnam War in the 1960s. He worked as a plane captain in a flight deck. Spending those years away from his family affected him in many ways, one of the most significant being afraid he wouldn't see his family again.
What is one traumatic moment that you will never forget?
Probably when they finally got a hold of me in September of '66 and said that Michelle had been born.
You wanted to see her and you weren't.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't going to be able to see her for another 4 or 5 months.
For a lot of veterans, they struggle with connection. They start feeling isolated and alone. So they start doing all sorts of things to sort of try and manage these negative emotions. Flashbacks, memories, intrusive thoughts are common.
Leticia Halerud was born in Burundi and escaped with her family amid civil war. She is currently a refugee living in America with the traumatic memories of her childhood. Even today, her experiences affect her emotionally.
Like just being awakened at night and being told that you have to live now. And I suppressed that part for many years until probably like maybe eight years ago, and there was a trigger, and then it came back to me, like almost like as it was that night, from the smells to the voices to the feelings. I believed that after something had triggered me, but otherwise it was as vivid as it was like yesterday. So depending on what the event was, there are going to be different triggers, different things that bring up and connect to that memory. So for some people it might be debris on the side of the road, it might be a smell, it might be a sound, it might be a thought. So sometimes people will get triggered by a thought of, oh my God, they're coming. It might be sounds I know a lot of veterans had a hard time with Saving Private Ryan. The first couple minutes is a dramatically intense recreation of that D-Day landing. And so a lot of vets, and it just brought up all these old memories about, and creates the anxiety and the reaction.
A common treatment option is eye movement and desensitization reprocessing, or EMDR. This type of psychotherapy helps the patient remove negative emotions related to their trauma. Other options include medications and prolonged exposure therapy. There is no one-size-fits-all option for treating these mental health issues.